Hello, it's Fragments. We are without Jack today, and for the next couple of sessions, real life calls, duty calls. But here we are with Whisper and Hazim, and we are picking up where we were last week. Do either of you, Whisper, because it's your turn, want to get inspiration by telling us what happened?
Last week.
Last week?
Yes. Last week. We woke up. We did some resting in this manor in which we find ourselves. And then we started checking around more. And there was a rug on the floor with some stars on it. And I believe Jack figured out the mystery.
He's not here. He's not here to take credit, so we'll say it was Hazim.
I was gonna take credit, but that's fine.
No one believed that.
I mean, yeah, I definitely thought it was something to do with the telescope. But anyways, the letter from Strahd to Aslan had riddle in it that we thought was just an outpouring of romantic love, but was in fact the answer to the riddle, saying the name, or Aslan to Strahd, whoever, saying the name 3 times got the key to open. And Vanessa had missed it because some fancy spell had been put that detect magic could not see through. Something magic aura. I forget.
Crystals.
Yeah. And then we found ourselves in a library, having gone through the portal. And we started exploring around there. Vanessa was like, oh my god, all the books. We have to just take this book by book and die here. But we urged her to, let's finish checking out all the rooms of this library first, and then for research. At which point we came into a beautiful, large circular room with books like floating around the room, lots of magic, lots of books, and a brain in a jar, and a voice, as well as some sort of writing pad, or book, blank book, I'm not sure. And then we were talking to the voice and or brain in the jar, not sure. And things from book piles started attacking us. And now there's portals opening in the book piles and firebolts are shooting at us. And we're gonna die.
And I'm a giant spider.
Oh yeah, you're a giant spider. You got
a huge pseudopod of
or
books
whatever
came down and smashed Hazim. And when we pulled away, Hazim was gone, and now there was a giant spider.
Yeah.
Is
I
don't know. It's
unclear.
I don't know. It's my headset.
Yes, she's like crackly.
She is crackly. Okay.
Yeah, get a bit closer towards your mic, please. Snap, crackle, and pop. Same as last time. You're always ready to write Krispies on this setup.
You'll be hungry in an hour.
Just my software.
So that's where we are. Let's get through to pick back up.
Is that any better, or am I still crackly?
We'll find out over the course of talking. Oh no, crackly straight away. This sounds like the kind of thing we should have done before we started the stream.
I actually did test mic beforehand, and I heard no crackling.
It sounds like you just keep cutting out. It's not even. That's kind of what it is. Like a sensitivity thing, maybe. Oh yeah. Big mummy dude. Big paper dude.
So, Vanessa, a portal, not unlike one of the ones that you now have hanging open before you, abruptly opens beneath Vanessa's feet, and she just falls through it. It closes a moment later with all the power of narrative convenience. Vanessa vanishes from sight. Next up, Vanessa was first on there. Next up is Whisper.
So I know we joked about this before we started, but having seen this disappear,
You need to fix the mic. It has not been like this on other occasions. It definitely needs fixing. Let's have a look. While
What
you're
about
looking
now?
at that, yes, that
Okay.
currently is better.
Okay. So we joked about this before. However, a giant book pile reached out a pseudopod of books and smashed Hazim. Vanessa just fell through a portal. There's danger everywhere, and now a giant spider. We absolutely joked about this, but I am 100% gonna run because now Whisper's just standing there by herself. So there is no
Sensical reason to stay.
right.
Sure.
So, there is nothing near me. So I don't think I'm even gonna try and do anything fancy. I'm just gonna book it. 1 20
There's no vision on my token, DM.
5
Okay, I'll sort that.
and I'm dashing.
Noise.
And then I will bonus action just move the spiritual weapon not that far. Oh, it's got selected both. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon a little closer to me to kind of cover my retreat. But it seems to want to move it along with
Yeah,
the thank
that's
you.
fine. I'll
Thank
move it
you.
over. I'm not sure it would be crosses where you were. I don't know if that's where you started your turn marker from one of the modules updating, because nothing happened to you there last time. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
see.
don't know
We'll
what
see
that
if that
is.
finishes when you hit the end of your turn.
Finishes. Nice.
Yeah. So, if that's
we
you-
shall see. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
hit end turn and see if it. Yeah, okay.
It is gone. The portal hovering in the air turns slightly towards the giant spider and is going to spit out a fireball
With disadvantage.
with disadvantage. I mean, it's missed on a 7. It's even if that's a higher, it's not going to hit. So yeah, it goes wide.
Damn.
Next up,
Of all the times to
I
have
know,
the
yeah.
dodge action.
there is this creature with 2 intelligence. The spider has come into existence. The only thing in its mind is this instinctive urge to be on edge and not be hit. It's panicked. It's skitterish. What does it do next?
I attack the paper dude now. It's gonna. It's just gonna rattle off over this way. What's my movement? Five, 6.
Difficult terrain,
Well,
remember?
Do I still suffer as difficult terrain? I suppose I would do.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not web
spider
walk.
climb is climbing difficult surfaces. It's fine with.
Okay, so it's like kind of like Bambi
Yeah.
legs, just kind of like skidding out everywhere as it's kind of start heading towards the walls, the bookshelves. Yeah, that is. I moved 30 feet, so that would be a move and a dash. So that's my
Okay.
full turn.
Whisper, you are making your way through this crevasse of books trying to get back to the entrance. And another portal opens up above next to you. You sort of wait for those spells to stop firing off, but instead, this time, a humanoid figure just falls out unceremoniously, landing in a pile of books. Unceremonious figure, would you like to describe yourself?
Yes, I would. You see a tall-ish, 5'11", half-elf man. He's wearing leathers. He has a couple of short swords at his right hip, and on his back are a backpack and a light crossbow. His hair is currently looking quite disheveled. He looks quite young, and needless to say, he is very surprised to be here.
And can you please roll initiative?
Of course.
High with the initiative.
Nice.
So yeah, we were just getting to the end of a round. This figure lands in front of you. Whisper, for your own benefit, Quint, this is what you see rushing towards you or past you through this room. Do you want to give a quick description of yourself again for Quint Whisper?
Yes. She is, at first glance, she might be elvish. However, her ears are definitely not quite the right shape. They're slightly longer, and larger. She has not quite claws, but very long fingernails and a sort of creature-like look to her. She has amber-colored eyes and dark hair, and tattoos covering her body. And yeah, she's looking very scared, wide-eyed, and running past you.
And Quint, you're up.
Quint gets up from being splattered on the floor, covered in books, looks around and says, "Where am I? What is this place? Who are you?" Roughly at Whisper.
If it's free action, I'll just look very surprised, shocked, kind of squeak out like a library, and look for a second as if I'm preparing myself for you to attack me.
Any action from you, Quint, before we're coming up on 6 seconds there?
He is going to look around across the room at this strange new location, spot a very large looking spider monster, and is going to go, and whatever is in the north, and is just going to go, "Ah!" and is going to cast invisibility on himself. Which I will do now.
I am presuming that Monkey has watched the previous episode, so he is aware of
Nope.
the description. So he doesn't know the description of this room, then?
Well, he can see. I feel like there's not much beyond what you can see on the room to describe with this.
Fair enough. How high are these mounds of books? How high is the ceiling?
Ceiling is beyond height, is it not?
I don't know. It was last week
The
that we played.
The top-down map's not top-up.
We'll find out when I start scaling it in a minute. Or at least trying to. I don't think...
Okay, so Quint has gone invisible.
Invisibles.
Next up, the creature, which appears to be a figure made entirely out of glowing spell scrolls, is going to glide forward, targeting the spider now moving away from it.
Not with disadvantage.
No longer with disadvantage. And it's going to cast a little bit further. There we go. Cast Ray of Sickness.
Oh.
A beam of... Well, I rolled so terribly. A beam of dark green energy lashes out and strikes into you. Then it will... As a bonus action, you see it cast a hand out to the side, and another portal.
I was
Should have
quickly
opened up, but didn't.
quickly
Okay.
looking around then to find out whether the spiders are immune to poison damage, which would have been awkward.
I'm not sure why that hasn't worked, but I can do it manually. Yeah, another portal appears. That is all it's going to do for now.
Do I automatically drop, or do I have to fail my poly to drop if I've been hit? If I've been hit, if I take damage, I come out of polymorph, right?
I think it's concentration, isn't it? Let's have a look quick.
I know, but I think that's if I want to keep the poly on myself. I would roll a concentration check.
We'll find out in just one moment.
I think if you attack another enemy, it stays polyed unless it takes damage.
The transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I checked
It's
my
fine.
intelligence, and I don't know if I would put it together that you're that spider.
That's fine.
Next up is Whisper. This person appeared in front of you and then immediately
Disappeared.
vanished.
Yeah. If that threat seemed to immediately go away, so I'm fine with that. And I am again gonna move my spiritual weapon down. Why is it doing that? I cannot move it alone. I'm gonna move it down basically to where I am currently, except a little over to the left, and continue dashing out of here. I don't know
Okay.
why it won't let me. It's
I don't know how you're pulling it with you.
30.
Very strange.
I don't know what it's doing.
That's fine.
I'm not
keep going.
moving it.
Just keep going. I'll move back. And yeah, the huge vault door has seemingly at some point closed behind you all.
It will not open.
It does not open.
Um,
Anything else in Whisper?
Yep, I'm gonna move up so I'm not in direct whatever, and I will just hopefully be able to bottleneck anyone and attack them with my spiritual
Okay.
weapon. That's it for me.
The portals. There's 17 hit spot. Oh, you can't react. Yeah, the portals begin to start peppering out these different coloured spells out against the spider formerly known as Hazim. Spider, you are being attacked. You're being peppered by hot and acidic spells by these hanging, glowing portals in the room.
Well, I don't imagine that I would know what they are, but this creature is kind of like moving towards me, so I'm going to cast Web on it.
Okay. Misses.
And then 1, 2, 3. Start moving towards it.
Okay. Quint, you are invisible. The rabbit elf person has continued fleeing. And you see, a number of... You see a large spider making its way across the room, sort of heading out of sight.
Seeing, presumably I can see no other exits to this room. I just see books all around. And the fact there's a battle raging in it, I am going to follow the person who told me it's a library and make my way down here. Whisper would see books skittering around as I very unceremoniously sprint after her in that direction. And as I get closer, seeing her presumably on guard, ready to take on anyone that comes, I'm going to drop the invisibility and say, what's going on? How do we get out of here?
Muted.
I'm not sure the vault is locked.
I will go to the door. Is this just like a regular door?
It's like a large turn wheel door.
Okay. I would like to try and unlock it with my thieves' tools.
Yeah, you see, looking at it, you see it is just a turn wheel. You see no locking mechanism on this. It's almost like a bulkhead sort of door.
Oh.
It is just the big grip wheel.
Okay. Can I try and activate it in whatever fashion I should?
Yeah, trying to turn, grabbing onto it and twisting in either direction. It gives no purchase at all.
Okay. Quentin gives up pretty quickly. He's not very strong, and he's just going to turn to the stranger and say, "What should we do? Do we fight? Do we hide?"
There is not much to hide in. The books seem to be capable of fighting themselves. I figure we catch everyone coming in this space.
Very well. And he unshoulders his crossbow. And that's all he's going to do for now.
Okay. Seeing this spider now moving towards it. Creature is going to reach a hand out towards it as it nears and try to use its spell siphoning fist. But misses. Goes wide.
Oh yeah. Tried to fist me and you failed.
It will then disappears in a puff, appearing a moment later.
Scumbag.
Whisper, it's you.
All right, I would like to use my invoke duplicity. Am I able to drag her onto?
It suddenly wasn't working for me, but try for you through the new method, if you remember, through a character sheet.
Yep. Did that work?
No. So let me drag it out the old-fashioned way for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her up and then bonus action, have her go, right there.
Okay.
So to anyone looking, hopefully it'll look like I ran in here, saw the door was locked, and I'm running back out.
Okay.
That's it for me.
The portals continue firing at Hazim.
Pew pew. Pew pew.
Critical, that one.
Hmm.
Spider, did that kill you?
Yeah.
So if I open you back up, I should have the option to restore transformation.
Ooh.
So yeah, another firebolt hits. There is a sudden explosion of sparks and magic, and not as much blood as the battle map would suggest. And where the spider just falls and tumbles forward a little bit, and a rather confused-looking Hazim, you have teleported across the room with a faint lingering memory of having lots of legs. You feel many phantom limbs.
Mm.
And now Hazim, it is you.
Yeah, I'm kind of shake this kind of like weird twitching, but I've still got my kind of like. I remember I had my sight set on this dude, and a little kind of like look around, like that was not fun. And I will just charge towards him with glaive in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, and swinging.
A couple of those were
the boy.
difficult terrain.
Yeah, I can still make it across them. So let me open up my other character sheet. There we go.
That hits.
And then bonus action, I will use the pommel end. Okay. Then make another attack. Does it look like it's doing much in the way of damage?
You definitely see some damage to the scroll. Some of the magic fades off some of the glowing runes.
Nice. Swear.
Hits.
I'm just kind of slashing through just like a wave of pages and whatnot going flurrying away. I'm looking at them, looking at the brain, looking at the portals behind me, looking at Whisper. We're fighting?
So yeah, as you strike across it like that, it just sort of casts an almost irritated hand sideways, and just a portion of the wall of books next to you just erupts out as it uses legendary action to try and again book club you. I'll click damage, and we should force for saving throw.
The Whisper that you see, by the way, has an uncharacteristically blank look in her eye.
You failed. So, Hazim, please roll me a D100.
No! High's always good. You always get the rubbish stuff at the top end of the table.
You were one away from a polymorph again then.
I'm not going to wish I had.
These books come bursting through you, and then there we go. Just sort this out. This is a sudden bursting light blindingly erupts from Hazim as you sort of like see the books again crashed. Well, no one sees, I suppose. Books crash down on top of him, and as he forces his way out, as he sort of pushes books away, there's just this huge beam of light. Hazim is now expelling a huge glow of light.
Do I feel any
you don't feel any different at all. You just see everything's got a weird sort of blown out look, like you're looking at one of my maps, because everything nearby is just bathed in this bright light.
Okay.
Top of a round. Quint.
What was that voice? Is someone in there?
Muted again, Whisper.
I assume I would have also heard Hazim say, "Are we fighting?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he was calling out to that Whisper, you'd have heard it.
I will say, "My friend, I thought he was gone."
Quint looks nervous and panicked, but he's gonna duck around the corner and see if he can see anything.
Yeah, you just see this. You can't see your way through to the table because there's sort of a path that it goes through in like a raised box, but you just see this beacon of light coming up from out of sight deeper into the room now, and on top of the nearby like wall of books, this spell scroll golem type thing that is clearly focusing its attention down into the place where the light's coming from. No sign of a giant spider anymore.
Your friend is quite bright. And I'm gonna take a pot shot at the thing he's engaged with. I think it's fair to assume that the non-magical monster is probably her friend. I'm gonna shoot the crossbow at it.
The non-magical glowing fox.
I mean, that's about as ordinary as it gets around here.
Azim, you just see a crossbow bolt take this thing in the shoulder.
Yeah. Kind of like, can just see a bit of a silhouette coming from the doorway. Like, what the? But I mean, I presume it's Vanessa. Vanessa's a crossbow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I duck back in, and that will be it.
Okay. In response, a book lifts up from the floor. The pages rapidly flick and glow out towards the creature, and nothing visible to you happens. It rolled. Your hair falls out but grows back within 24 hours.
What, me?
No,
What it was?
the creature. But okay, so that's all from Quint. Back to the creature. It's its turn. Hazim is now very much up in its face. It is going to. It is going to. Where is it?
How smart of it to not just move.
Away. It is going to teleport away.
Mm.
And is then going to.
How smart that it knew I had Sentinel Strike.
Yeah.
Intelligent that.
Any way to get. A wave of purple emits from this creature. It should have prompted a saving throw from you, Hazim.
Did.
Hazim, you are fear-ridden. This thing moves away across the room. These just waves of undulating purple wash out towards you, and just you feel as they go over you this cold chill that just makes your stomach nauseated. You find yourself so afraid of this otherworldly creature in its malevolently glowing eyes. Growing eyes would be hilarious. These are glowing eyes. You are afeared. That is all it will do.
Okay.
Whisper, it's you.
Okay, having heard Hazim, I am going to kind of crouch down and move up just a little bit, so that I can hopefully see some crazy light going on. I am going to step up onto the books a little bit so that I can just see this thing.
Mm-hmm. Half speed, remember?
Yep. I'm not going any further than this. And I am going to bonus action move my thing a little closer, and then on him, if it'll let me target him, it won't.
Alt click.
Yep.
Yeah, you're targeting him to me.
Okay. I will Sacred Flame. And then that
Let's
is
have a
my
look.
turn.
That fails. It hits. You find that the spell seems to struggle to gain purchase at first, but it succeeds at getting through. And flames lap at the scroll on its arm for a second, and it sort of just flicks its arm and pats it a couple of times to dust them off. And in that time, Hazim, that chill that was just setting in for you, you feel it disappear as quickly as it started. Not only did that hit with disadvantage, it also then managed to make it fail concentration, so Hazim is no longer feared.
Cool. That's it for my turn.
Cool. It will, however,
Yeah.
looking at what just happened to it, it looks and you see the spell scrolls reknit a little bit, and it twists its arm, and the runes all glow. For a brief moment, a very pale yellow. Before it just returns its sight towards you. Anything else on Whisper?
That's it.
The creature turns towards you for a moment, Whisper, and careening across the room, a volley of spells erupt from the poles out in your direction. First one misses. Second one misses. You just see this volley of fire and acid bolts across the room, start hitting books on the wall.
He
You managed
goes
to-
Matrix style.
Yeah. Hazim, it's you.
I kind of have this wave of fear that I haven't felt since we were at the cathedral back in the early days, and I ran from the cathedral, feared, and I kind of like get that kind of impulse at first, and then just feel it clear, and I am angered, and I'm 1, 2, 3. I mean, that's in range.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to strike out at, well, actually I'm going to second wind first. That's my bonus section. Second wind, no I'm not, apparently I've got no uses available of it. Oh, okay, I will not be doing that then. I will instead be making an attack with a glaive.
Hits.
I will do damage. With my bonus action, I will strike at thee with my pommel.
Quint, you're up in a moment.
How does fear work? Does it's the fighting still normal?
Well, no, it was wiped off him almost straight away.
It was concentration.
thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, normally it'd be using everything he can to get away, but
Yeah.
nope.
Steely resolve.
Steely. And then second attack. Boo! And I'm gonna use my action surge. And then make another first attack.
Hits.
And then my second attack. Which I'm going to use my inspiration on.
Hits.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, just this flurry of glaive strikes. Slashes, and then one little attempt to knock up a pommel, thrown in there for good measure at the end. Yeah.
My pommel attack did more than my first glaive.
I know, yeah. Yeah, a good amount of damage onto it. Anything else from you?
Yeah, 31 damage to that. That is me. It's just a and I kind of like just bucks and kind of like scattering it everywhere. And come on.
Quint, it's you. You hear it all going on in there now.
Quint is going to peek back out, but slightly bolstered by the fact that this stranger has gone out to visit her friend. Do I, seeing the portals or the spells, whatever they are, is that something that I might understand what it is, being a learned man?
You would have seen portals before. You've not seen them do anything so far, so you
Okay.
just see a couple of small portals floating. You can only see them because of the height at which they're floating. They are a few feet off the ground.
I see.
You can't see the floor beneath them. So you can just start to see the glow, shoulders and what look from here to be some strangely misshapen elven ears, at the back of the head, sort of just ascending the book pile with a glaive.
And the creature beyond appears to be made of paper, as far as I can tell.
Seem to be made of spell scrolls.
I look left and right and see there are two versions of this person that I've just met. Your friend is the glowing one, right?
Yes, normally he does not glow.
It looks like it's made of paper. Maybe fire will help. And I'm gonna throw a firebolt at the creature. Look
All these
like it
additional
did,
dice
Mark?
that just appeared. So, the fire bolt hits it full on and erupts outwards with some splash damage. And you see a shimmer where the fire sort of was, but no scorching or damage. You become oddly confident that the fire actually did nothing.
Or maybe not. And Quinn going to do nothing else for now.
Creature, a scholar, will first of all wave an arm, and assuming this add-on for some reason again does not wish to work. Yeah, disappointing. I got it working and it was very, very cool when it was. But it waves an arm out and another shimmering spell appears out of the air next to it. This one looking somewhat different to the others, not just an outright portal like the others. It will then it will drift towards Zee. Will attempt to use its spell siphoning fist on him again.
Fisted!
But misses. It will swing again, because I forgot before that it has multi-attack. Which one hits? Has that prompted you for a saving throw, Zee?
Mm-hmm.
This fist just grabs you around your throat and then just pushes down into your chest, and you feel this draining sensation. Not your vitality in a way you had before. You feel like it is searching and trying to draw something else. You find yourself suddenly, almost intrusively, thinking about horror spexy and the intricacies of that art and how it was taught and passed down to you. And then it releases you for a moment, leaving you sort of confused while you were feeling that, but feeling very much almost like a cold burn on your chest.
I mean, it has dealt 18 damage as well, though. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very much hurt as well. Okay.
That's all it's going to do there.
Not a physical pain, just a really physical pain.
Yeah. Whisper it to you.
Okay. Well, that kind of changes some of my plan. I would like to I am going to target Hazim and cast bonus action healing word. And then I am also going to oh, never mind, it's not a cantrip. I hate that. And then I am going to continue to move up this way.
Half speed, remember?
Yeah, I'm just going up near my spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And that is all for now.
Okay. The portals focus their attention back on Hazim as he remains in proximity to the master. First thing misses. Second one also misses. You're just seeing. I don't know how you want to tell me how you're dodging them, Hazim, but you just are seeing either side just volleys of spells coming out. I'll allow you to Oberyn and smack a couple away for style points if you'd like. Yeah, we're doing that. Hazim, it's now you.
Does this look? So this big dice hasn't actually done anything yet. It's just been summoned, right?
Yeah, it's just rotating on the spot. This pale blue hovering in the air.
And if this dude looks like he is actually looking a bit more frayed around the edges, then I guess for now I'm gonna stay on him. It didn't presume its gender.
Oof, nice. Before you continue, yeah, so that strikes across it. The runes all glow for a moment and almost seem to like just run with blood for a moment before it just vanishes. That's all. After that first strike. A heavy strike going across it.
And then I will do my pommel damage.
Hits.
Damage. And then I will do my second glaive attack.
Nice. Six damage.
And I kind of look, as I'm kind of like in between slashes, I'm going to look to the brain in the jar and say, is this thing under your control?
Oh, I wish. Absolutely not.
Is there any better way of stopping it? I'm kind of like saying this between slashes.
I mean, I'm sure the answer lies in one of these books, but...
Not very helpful.
Oh, well, if you're going to be like that...
Yeah, that's my gaff. Yeah, I was going to do my last attack as a pushing strike, but I didn't call it, so I shall leave it. That's my go.
Okay. That last strike you did with it to the glaive, you feel like it did less damage than the first one did. Like it had adapted to that sort of damage.
Oh, okay.
It gained resistance. The adding back on of which was why you may have just seen the health bar increase slightly. It does not have regeneration. I just added a couple back in after I calculated it.
I totally forgot we even had this health bar.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're still on the third monitor.
Quint, you're up.
Seeing what is going on, do I get an idea of at all of what these spell things are at all?
From you seen a couple, they appear to be portals, as you know, but from which you are seeing spells come flying out. They seem to be under the control of the creature. With your background and knowledge, although it isn't something you've experienced before, it looks like they are like manifested spells.
Okay. And how brightly is the character in the center glowing? Can I tell
Very, very brightly.
what kind of character, what kind of race this person is?
No, not from here. They are like a yellow Dr. Manhattan. They look
Okay.
so bright, I would give to both of you that you feel like were you to get too close, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Oh. Okay, Quint is going to reach into a pouch on his left hip on his belt. He's going to put his trust into the duplicated stranger nearby and pull out some licorice root, snap it in his hand, put his palm towards the glowing person, and is going to cast haste. And
How the turntables.
We'll see whether I'm alive.
or whether all damage is
Monkey
resisted.
hasting itching.
He will
Not-
move in a little bit further as well, close to one of the people.
Okay. The creature going to...
My AC has disappeared. It says I'm unarmored now.
Yeah, sorry, the spell has a
Quickest,
an
quick
active
things.
effect on it.
Ah, okay, cool.
I will disable that because of the weirdness of MiniQL. But we all know how it works in this. You two between you know exactly how this works. The creature will... pop over once again. You see Whisper. You see the creature put its hand out towards Alessi for a moment, but then just turns from it to you. You are left with the sense that this thing sees right through Alessi, and it is going to cast a Scorching Ray. Does 22 hit? Seven points of fire damage. It can do nothing else. Whisper, it is you.
All right. I am going to attack him with Rapscuttle Start. It's so hard to tell if it's targeted with all the floating books, but okay. Let's see. How'd this do? Damage, come on. Oh, it's getting mad at me where it wants me to place the template.
I can just click damage and
Thank
roll it
you.
for you if you want.
Thank you.
8 points of force damage.
And then as my action, my main action, I am going to just point a hand over. Shit. Where did it go?
Hazim, you're up in a moment.
And cast Shield of Faith.
On-
Hazim,
Okay.
which it should have.
You did it to yourself.
He's targeted.
That's fine. So that's what, +2 for Hazim?
Yeah, +2 to your AC.
Okay.
So I'm
And
at
+2
22.
from haste.
I'm at 22 now. Let's rock this party.
Okay.
That's it for me.
Hyper carry.
The creature looks between Quint and Whisper. The first portal... Oh, I just decided to ultra ping. Fires towards Whisper. Misses. Second one also fires towards Whisper. Misses. Hazim, it's you.
Still got that kind of like weird, slight spider twitch from just a few seconds ago, but now I'm like hasted as well, so I'm like some mad caffeine head, and I'm kind of like quickly looking between this decahedron and the portals. I mean, they look incorporeal, right? They don't look like they would necessarily take any damage. They look like they look more like light than anything solid, yeah.
They look like they're tangible as a portal is. It's more than just a shimmer of light. The one right next to you looks like a sort of translucent crystal. The other ones look to be holes of magical energy.
I'm gonna quickly look over the two. What do I do? Do I keep attacking anymore? Do I try and attack these other things?
Attack the paper. It is
I'm
controlling them.
already running. I'm already running. As she says, just like scattering across the things, and I'm gonna go to town on your boy.
This is you on haste.
Okay, so I get attack 1. I don't get any bonuses on attack. I just get more attacks on that. So that's damage, and then glaive pommel.
As the first glaive hits, the runes bleed again for a moment before fading.
Okay.
Oh, you also didn't roll damage, I think, before pommeling.
I thought I did. Yeah, I did. I did 8 slashing damage.
Oh, okay, normally the card updates. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see it's gone on. Yeah.
Cool. And then doing my second attack.
Nice.
Then I get my hasted attacks.
Hold on. Let me just undo a little bit of that for the resistance before we carry on. Yeah, carry on.
Not cool.
For that one, as the blow is about to hit, the decahedron just pulses for a moment, and a shield appears around the creature, and that last blow just bounces off.
And then I will make the final hit.
Haste only gives you 1 attack, sorry.
Yeah, but I've got double attack, so it's attack is like 2 attack, right?
It's 1 attack within that action.
So it's not an extra action.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, okay, so it's just an extra attack.
You
imagine
can
how-
use some actions for it, but it specifically doesn't let you use extra attack.
You to take the attack 1 weapon attack only. Okay, cool. Right,
Anything else from Hyper Hazim?
No, I kind of look at it and say, it seems to be becoming resistant to my slash attacks. Not being meta or anything. But this blade, it does slashes. I don't know why I moved in. I ran too fast. I don't know why I came this close to it. I didn't need to go this close.
Yeah.
I got pole arm.
Well, that works well. He's
Skids on the box.
Quint, it's you.
Okay, identifying the crystal thing as a potential problem for us, I'm going to turn my attention to that. And I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow.
It hits. Crystal shatters. Spraying blood everywhere, apparently. Crystal shatters and disperses.
I will move a little bit up this way, so I'm a bit further away from the raging combat, and that is it from me.
Okay. The creature have been closed to by Azim once again. Has him right up in its face, but it is going to turn and the eyes fix on Quint. Quint, you feel an uncomfortable level of understanding here and intent from the creature as it puts a hand out towards you and fires another beam of fire across the room. Can you do anything about a 26?
Nope.
Get
Oh, this is fire. I can absorb elements.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I
The
must
spell
do a
hits you.
saving throw.
You must. And you manage just to push back. You can tell, as it's put in here, that it is specifically trying to break your concentration.
I will absorb the elements.
Yeah? Having failed at doing so, it looks back at Hazim for a moment. Or across the bookshelf, its eyes still fixed on you, Quint. That is all it will do. Whisper, you're up.
Oh shit, I didn't see it was coming towards me. Fuck me.
I'm gonna just step forward, and I am going to cast Spirit Shroud on myself.
So you have dropped. That's a concentration spell? So you've dropped the shield on Hazim, yeah?
Okay.
Yep, I have. And then I am going to then
Quickly now. Hazim, you're
do
coming up.
Sacred Flame on this guy, and it should do extra damage. If he takes damage from that, he is going to take an. Oh, he saved. He failed.
He failed. An
All
11
right,
failed.
so-
He failed again with advantage.
It's an extra 1d8 damage.
Of the type.
I am going to choose necrotic. And then he cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn. And he has his speed reduced by 10 until the start of my next turn.
Let me just read something here. Okay. You hit with a Sacred Flame. You come in with that extra blast of necrotic energy. As that hits with him, hits on him, you see it sort of almost pass through him. For hitting the books on the floor, you get the sense that the necrotic damage did absolutely nothing.
Okay.
And having read the spell, the effects that being hit with that necrotic damage would have done do not apply reading Spirit Shroud. But it did take the Sacred Flame damage. Anything else from you?
Okay. No, that's it for me.
Okay.
Did it look like it took the full damage? Because I know last time she cast it, it did something. Like something glowed on it.
It did not do that this time.
Okay.
Dang it. I was trying to pick, because Hazim yelled out that thing, so I was trying to mix it up with the damage types, but...
I think you'd
chose
already
the wrong
cast.
one.
Yeah, you'd already cast Sacred Flame earlier on, so I think it's getting
Well,
some
no, it's the
resistances.
necrotic it didn't take from my Spirit Shroud.
Yeah, I'm saying, I mean, it took damage, but I wasn't sure whether it took the full radiant
Oh,
damage
yeah.
from Sacred Flame.
It
Yeah.
popped off a few times the first couple of rounds. It then seems to have been saving it for when Hazim's up in its face since then.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
This is a big brain enemy.
Yeah. Well, I failed in my big brain moment. Okay, that's it for me.
Okay, the portals start peppering Quint. Anything about 21, Quint?
I've used my reaction, so no.
Ah, of course. First one hits. You want to concentrate.
Come on, son.
Then the other one. No reaction there either. Oh! Succeeds again. It's trying, but it cannot break your concentration. Hazim, you're up.
We can't see Quint's health, by the way.
Oh, okay. I will remind me again at the end of the combat. Always. So I've done it on the map. Remind me at the end. I'll do it. You should see it now, yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, Hazim, it's you. Quint, you're next.
Okay. I'm going to use my canine agility to double my speed, so I currently have 120 feet of movement. Obviously, I'm going across books and stuff, so
You
that's
can clear that as a jump as well.
What?
Crossing over here, you can do that as part of your normal
Oh,
movement
I'm not
at
going
this point.
towards him.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to see if I can, because these are just getting free attacks all the time. So I'm going to see, now that I've seen that get destroyed,
Mhm.
I'm going to see if I can clear these portals out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, 4. I'm going to attack the first one.
I also just realised absorb elements lasts until my next turn, and it's already applied the damage reduction. If it hadn't, I would have been feeling very unwell.
Nice. Okay.
Oh. So first one, 21. So yeah, first one erupts out.
Okay, so that's.
Sputters out.
Whoa! Why
I
has
just
that
did
ended
it.
my turn?
Oh,
It's just when you remove
No,
stuff
no,
from
it's
the
still on
combat
your turn
tracker,
for me.
it resets,
Oh.
that's all.
Okay. I think I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is my bonus action with the pommel.
Mm-hmm. At E1.
Okay. Second glaive attack.
Hits. Oh, also sputters out.
And then I just want to double check. I'm fairly sure it's. Yeah, I can do it as part of an attack. Cool. I am then going to glaive, just dig into the thing and just draw my crossbow for my final attack. I'm going to attack this dude with my light crossbow from over here.
Okay.
I'll take some piercing
16
damage.
hits. Oh, you're doing a lot of max dice rolls.
I meant it that round.
Okay, cool. At the end of that, as you fire through, it looks around, seeing its portals go out. It is going to. I thought it'd be able to get both, but it cannot. It is going to look at you, Quint, and try to just have a big pseudopod of books smash you into the wall. I'll click to do damage. It should force a saving throw from you. You succeed, taking half damage. I think the books burst open and magic crackles in the air. Can you roll me a D100, please?
That's low.
That's good.
Okay, how bizarre. There is... Oh no, I don't have anything for this. Okay, in that case, I will do something different with it. Let's have a look. Falling out of the air, just onto the floor next to you is an octopus.
Nice companion. Is it an aggressive octopus?
Don't know yet. It's rolling its initiative now. Okay, that was in response to Hazim. Top of the round.
Octopus, super agile.
The octopus is first. It will
Begin to drown.
It will look around. Well, yeah. It will look around. It will see a person looming over it. It attempts to squirt out a cloud of ink. However, not being underwater, it just out in front of it. And then it will slowly back up a little bit. Its land movement is... That's it. It doesn't even get the full way. It just starts pushing itself backwards, writhing, looking very, very uncomfortable. If you have any knowledge of these creatures, Quint or Whisper, you will know that they can only breathe underwater, so it is very likely dying. Quint,
I feel like it'd like try and scramble under the books and hide.
into a crevice.
Yeah.
Quint, you're up.
Okay. Having taken a couple of hits, Quint's panicking a bit. He's going to shoulder the crossbow and start kind of running north. Is this all difficult terrain?
It is all difficult terrain.
That'll be as far as I can move. So I'm with the octopus. I will turn around, and as I'm kind of scrambling over the books, almost on all fours, just trying to catch my footing and kind of panicking, I'm going to turn around and huck a firebolt at the whatever that thing is.
At the what?
I don't know.
I feel you would recall from 12, maybe 18 seconds earlier, that fire did nothing at all to this creature earlier.
Yes. Yes, you did say that.
Someone of your intelligence.
Of all the rolls to get a 20. It is what it is. He's panicking. I'm panicking.
Okay.
I roll a big firebolt that does nothing. And I'm also going to... What the fuck was
Oh
that?
my god!
That would have been... So yeah, a beautiful amount of damage that did nothing. Your aim is true. It takes it square in the chest and does nothing.
And then I'm going to Misty Step.
Harrison, who the fuck is this player? Like, the one that we used to have in the old campaign, he would have absolutely taken that back. Who's this role-playing guy? Who's this role-playing guy? Yeah, carrot growth, I love it. Where have you gone now? So, what's Quint wearing?
Leathers.
Okay, so I'm good because I'm
Leather
kind of
armor.
like focused, and I've got kind of like blinding light, and I'm seeing misty steps around. I still think I would think like peripheral, that's Vanessa that's just kind of like darting about.
That's fair.
Okay.
So you've firebolted and you've misty stepped away, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next up is... was an error in your macro system. Okay. Is the creature. So a spirit shroud still surrounds you, Vanessa, correct?
Vanessa.
Whisper. You said Vanessa. Remind me what that does as it steps towards you. Is it some persistent thing nearby that it needs to...
It starts its thingy in its turn, but if she chose necrotic,
Because I thought that was Spirit Guardians.
Oh, yeah,
what
right.
Spirit Shroud does.
Its movement is slowed by 10 feet.
Well, it wasn't.
It's within 10 feet of me, but... Well,
didn't
no,
take
that
that
one,
effect, did it?
that particular, the movement thing is not damage specific.
Oh, just any creature of your choice.
However, the necrotic and everything was, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. It approaches and it reaches a hand out for you.
Okay.
It's going to attempt to spell Siphoning Fist you.
Fist.
Fist.
Oh, it is fisting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of dice.
Make the save for me. You succeed. You feel like it is attempting to draw some of your Frith-born magic out from you, but you managed to... Oh, no. Huh?
Concentration?
Oh, your concentration
what am I
failed.
concentrating on
Spirit,
right now?
Spirit Shroud.
Oh, okay. Well, he's no longer slow.
No longer.
If
Oh,
he
no.
moves towards me.
And then it will cast Manifest Spell.
So he did not siphon my magic from me.
He did not. Another portal opens. Oh, and rolls very nicely on the old initiative. That's all it is going to do. But the portal, before your very eyes, Hazim, opens up and turns and is going to focus on firing at Quint.
Oh, bastard.
Do you have a reaction this time? You're shielding. It does not hit.
This boy.
Whisper, you're up.
All right. As he reaches out for me and tries to siphon stuff off from me, I am going to just have Leslie come up behind him, and then I am going to start glowing. And that glowing is going to go on to him. And it is going to do an additional, because she's right there, amount of damage if it hits. Hold on just a second.
What is this? What are you
Hold on just a
mechanic
second.
are you describing?
She's making spells up in the middle of the
She is.
campaign.
She's
It's
doing some
ridiculous.
sort of, two different people both do the
And they both
spell.
cast. They both
And they
cast
start-
egg.
I have advantage.
So it doesn't do extra
Blank.
damage.
Flanking bonus.
So this normally has advantage on magical saves, so that balances out.
So because
What on
of
earth
my
have you what have you just done? So if you've got advantage and it normally has advantage on its saves.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Advantage because
when
it's not an
both
attack.
me and my illusion are within 5 feet of a creature, you can see the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
So she would have probably moved her right there. Then I have advantage on attack rolls against that creature.
That's
so
not
I
an
guess
attack roll
it
what
would
you
be
cast,
a
though.
disadvantage
No.
on the
It's nothing.
Constitution. Or
Hold
on
on,
the save.
let Luca finish so I can hear what you're saying. So you have advantage on what, the casting of the spell?
On attack rolls
Okay, which
against
you've
that
done
creature.
a which you're doing with word of radiance. You're saying
Yes.
which is a spell.
Yes.
Cool, and so that's advantage there. It
Yes. Why is it asking me to?
and word of
What is it
radiance
asking
is
me to do a saving throw against?
well, you're casting word of radiance, aren't you? Which forces it's asking you to do it because it looks like you've caught yourself and Leslie in the range of the spell. However, the creature has magic resistance against saving throws from spells. So your advantage and its advantage being it's just normal.
Okay.
So just rolled normally. Let's have a look. It rolled a 16. I'm not sure why it's come through as red. It's rolled at a disadvantage, so it ends up doing.
It applied the damage to me.
Yeah, you need to give yourself 8 damage back. 8 health back to yourself, and Leslie needs to be not dead. Okay. That was... What's your spell? Your save DC? Whisper?
I don't remember off the top of my head, and I forget where to find it in Foundry.
In just your spell tab.
Oh, 16.
Yeah. So that would have taken... It would have taken that damage, which was 8 damage. Okay. That's that. So yeah, Leslie is not dead. Anything else from you?
No, that's it.
Hazim, it's you.
Okay. I am going to attack this thing, which there we go. Couldn't target it. Okay, so I'm going to. Yeah, I've still got my my light crossbow. That didn't pull some real. There we go.
That looks like it is. It begins to like wane and twist on the spot, but it remains there for now.
Okay. Then I will make another attack on it. And I should have done that the way around.
Do I always forget? Do light crossbows have reload, or is it only when it gets to heavy?
This one only gets to heavy.
Cool.
I
They
just want to.
do have loading.
Light crossbow does?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Simple ranged, equipped, proficient in one action. 83, 20 feet. Doesn't say anything. At least not on the.
It's the loading property.
I mean, doesn't have it in thingy. A light crossbow.
If you open the light crossbow and go to details, I think it
Yeah,
does.
that's what I've just done. Can I have the light crossbow as well? Let's pull it up.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, in Foundry. Ammunition
Where?
and loading. When you open it on the left-hand side in its properties. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I've done that.
So weirdly, when you look at it, absolutely on the screen and the pop-out on the left, it does not
Yeah.
say loading. But when you go to edit item, it does have loading ticked.
Okay.
How weird is that?
So is loading an action?
It just means you can only
bonus,
fire
wasn't
once
it?
per action.
Wasn't it a bonus to reload?
You can use an action bonus or reaction. No, wait. I'm reading the wrong thing. Whenever you fire it, you can make one attack, basically. For
Okay.
that action.
Oh, so I can't do a double attack with a ranged weapon.
Not unless you're a crossbow expert.
Oh, fuck me. Can I take that back then, DM, since though that my item didn't actually have the loaded thing visible on it?
Yeah, because it's not your mistake. It's Foundry very weirdly not showing it up in any of the places that it shows other properties.
Okay.
Very odd. When I mouse over
Yeah.
it, it shows up proficient, equipped, simple range, one action, 80 to 120 feet. It just doesn't show anything about it until you go into it. So yeah, that's weird. You can't
Okay.
take that one back. I'm also going to update your name because you're not called Dodge Polly Spider.
That was my
Yeah.
new name. Okay, well in that case, I am going. Ah, shit. Okay.
You're still hasted, remember?
I am, but I've just remembered that I left my glaive over there. So
Gonna
this is
break out the
Over
cat
where?
claws.
because I said I dig my glaive in the ground, and then I started. Where did I
No,
dig it?
you dug your glaive in the ground here
Oh,
after
after
you
I'd killed the
two.
things.
You killed the two
I
spells, and then you
did.
planted it and shot over.
I did. Phew. Okay then. Well, then I grabbed my glaive, and I will
Strike out at it.
strike out.
Octopus, you're coming up.
Okay, so first attack. I just want to double check with maneuvering. Okay, cool. I'm gonna. Okay, it's when I hit anyway. Okay. Targeted. Yep. Fuck off. I'm gonna do this as a push, maneuvering attack.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna grant Whisper half movement speed. She's not even gonna be able to. She's gonna be able to move at least one square away, right?
Is it not? Or is there not some sort of range limit?
Any creature
Of
that
the
can hear
ally?
you. A
Oh,
friendly
okay.
creature who can
Cool.
see or hear you.
okay.
Creature but it uses her reaction. You know, it's probably not even worth it because it can just move closer to before it comes to her turn. Screw it. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do anything with it.
Hits.
Nice.
And
Okay.
yeah. Spot
So
us out.
then, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's my movement, and then my next attack gonna be on. Oh, with my pommel. As my bonus.
Hits.
Nice. And then my second attack.
Nice. That hits. It will glow as your glaive slashes across it.
It's bullshit. And then my hasted attack. And I have hit. I'm gonna do what I could do. No. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. At the end of your turn.
I'm gonna move there. Now it's the end of my
Okay.
turn.
Whisper. Hazim is so bright as he approaches that you just sort of like almost shy away for a moment before you just sort of drift a bit further away again, and you get a sense of vision back. Let me just very quickly check. Yeah, it will cast a hand, and all around it, Quint from across the room, you just see a column of books come up from floor to ceiling. Attempting to use its book club. It should force a saving throw from you all now. Book club, I said.
Club.
Whisper.
Oh, I should have done this with advantage.
Okay,
Do I need to? Or
roll it again.
Was that,
What
enough?
did you... No, you succeeded anyway.
Cool.
Did I escape the targeting?
Yeah, you were across the room. This is all around it. You just see
Oh, okay.
all around it just disappears up in an eruption. Okay, so Halessi, did Halessi just... No, Halessi did not disappear either. Okay, so first up, Whisper. Okay. Next up. Oh my god, this is chaos.
Did it hit
Okay.
itself?
It absolutely does. And then Okay, I rolled top to bottom. So, Whisper, your skin turns a vivid blue.
Nice.
Not that anybody can see it, because Hazim, everyone within 20 foot of you, goes invisible.
In foot. Oh, have I been hit with it?
Yeah, so you do save on the damage. The spell books still go up. The surges still happen. So Whisper, you're blue. Everyone, Quint, you see books just erupt up, and then as they fall down, everyone there is gone. And Halessi is still alive. So for Halessi, oh my fucking god. Okay, up to 3 creatures, but Halessi chooses. So you control Halessi. So up to 3 creatures that Halessi sees, you can choose to take up to 4d10 lightning damage. Whisper. However, you're all invisible. So the only thing you can see in the room is Quint and the brain in the jar.
And the octopus.
And the octopus. So you don't have to choose anything. This is an option that is available to you, Whisper, with swift thinking. Would you like to do a huge amount of lightning damage to the octopus, to Quint, or to the brain in the jar?
Tempting.
Need 3 seconds from you. 3. Spell. Nothing happens. Everyone is invisible. Top of a round. No, sorry.
Fourth effect.
That was that was at the end of Hazim's turn, wasn't it? Yeah. So
Is it not a fourth? Is it not a fourth thing?
itself. So blue, invisible. Oh yeah. There is a fourth effect. Its effect, you won't see yet.
Oh, okay. So
and you
am
maybe
I
won't see-
invisible? Am I invisible to everybody else?
Yes.
Or is it right? But can they see the light coming off me, or is that? I'm presuming that's invisible as well.
That's part of you, and you're invisible. So I would say no. And in fact, since a new surge has happened, the light has actually just dropped off with this happening anyway.
Oh, okay, cool.
With the arrival of your new effect. I've removed your light effect. Everyone over here is invisible. The octopus goes a little bit away and continues suffocating. Quint, it's you. Everyone's gone except you and octopus. You and an octopus.
Quint is going to keep moving in this direction. 15 feet. This is after having just blocked the firebolt from that portal before it was destroyed. He curses at himself briefly in Elvish, saying, fire, of course, it doesn't react to fire. He turns around, ready to cast a spell, and there's nobody there, and he's going to lie down on the ground.
Okay, he just drops.
Actually, you can still see all like books and stuff shifting and
Yeah, the books are all
sound.
dropped.
We're all
the books
still
are
there.
all dropped.
And he's going to remain very quiet, and I suppose my action would be hiding.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. The creature, not that any of you know in character, but it regains 5 HP at the start of each of its turns for the next 5 turns.
Bastard.
With its thing. Also, I don't know how this works. Just quickly check. No, okay, yeah. Let's have a look. So it is going to, again, not that you know, it is going to Misty Step away.
Does it not reveal itself when it casts a spell?
Not according to this.
I mean,
And-
is it just invisible?
They've all got. All of you are just invisible.
Well, that reveals you then. Invisible's a status, which is dropped if you cast a spell, right? Or you take an action. If it works like
check by
invisibility.
It's cast.
With
It does
D&D
specify casting a spell. So yeah, it appears over here. You can all now see it. It then looks dead at you, Hazim, and is going to cast a spell, despite you being invisible.
Yeah, I figured it could see us anyway.
What, mate? 21?
Bastard! Yes.
That's all it can do. You don't come out of that, so you just see this. Nothing but invisible here says, but it takes damage. So, Whisper, you just see the creature appear across the room. You see a beam of light come out, just hit this point in the air where Hazim was, and does Hazim cry out when taking this big beam of fire?
Ah!
Yeah, but remains invisible. Whisper, it's you.
You need to get a recording of a fox scream.
But
Pretty
I
rough.
can't see
You can't see Hazim.
Hazim.
You can see the creature now.
I can see the creature now.
You
Yeah.
just see.
Give him the
you s-
invisible status. Yeah.
You've seen this made an attack on us, so you know they can see us. Well, you know it's made an attack, so it's attacking something.
Yeah, it can clearly still see us. You're clearly still there, but I cannot see you. So I am going to move my. Will it let me do it again? We'll try again. My spiritual weapon, I'm gonna do it. It really, really wants me to.
Am I just roll it again? Oh no, you've done it. Nice. No, you've had it attack itself. Let me just let me do that for you.
I don't know why. Why it's.
Both would have hit anyway. Roll your damage. Oh, sorry, what's the damage I just rolled? Sorry, I rolled the damage for you. So yeah, but hit. I will do the
okay.
damage. I'll do the damage to it. Don't worry. Yeah, a good hit. That a good hit.
Okay. And yeah, and then if it is spiritual weapon's gonna go over and do that, then I'm going to do another sacred flame at it, and I'm trying to make sure I have it targeted.
This thing is consistently failing your sacred flames.
It's like the only thing that sacred
Why the
flame
most
is
reliable
like
cantrip in the
good at.
game.
That should have, for some reason it didn't. It should have done. Oh my god, wrong button. Wrong button. It should have done more than that. I didn't mean to put it back to full. I meant to take a little bit more off it.
Jeez. Wrong way.
It's-
wrong way.
It's not looking good.
You can
Well,
see.
neither am I.
I know,
So
yeah. Anything else from you?
I wish, but no.
Okay, Hazim. You are invisible. The creature is not.
Yeah. Okay, I'm scrambling.
And
Whisper's now.
you're still
Well,
hasted as well.
yeah. Well, Whisper's now visible, right? So 1, 2, okay.
Yes.
and
And you see that she is. You see that she is not blue fur. It's actually just a blue filter over her.
Yeah. As I'm, it's like, I'm coming up on your right. As I'm kind of running up past her. We've got to end this soon. And I'm just kind of like running and slashing away. Pitifully.
It did not react before, so it will paradigm shift. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll apply it. But yeah, hits. Your first attack. You come with the pommel.
Yeah. I am going to do 1 second. You add spirited die to the attack's damage. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do maneuvering
Okay.
attack. I'm going to take that off. So just roll my D8. Yeah, no, I'll roll it with D8. 1 second. Plus 1d8. That's bludgeoning. Doesn't negate any of that, does it?
Nope.
Cool.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say whisper. Move if you have to, but don't worry if not. And kind of like using it as like a bit of a distracting feint, just because I want some extra bonus damage on that attack.
Okay. Make me a perception check, please, Hazim. And Quint, did you make a stealth check before?
I did.
He's hiding.
Please make me a stealth check.
Make a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. Hazim, as you've been tracking the sort of peripheral vision of Vanessa darting around him and getting down low, you now realise that across, past the figure, flattened down, that's not Vanessa. It's someone with the previous description. What's the facial expression on Quint at the moment as all this is going on? Quint?
Mostly panic.
Right, yeah, you see this
Wide-eyed and scared.
panicked fellow. And glancing around, you realise Vanessa is nowhere to be seen.
I mean, Whisper's blue, and I've been a spider. So right now, I didn't see Vanessa disappear, and now there's just a person over there.
Yeah, just saying,
do...
just Vanessa is
yeah,
not looking like Vanessa, perhaps. Okay, anything else from Hazim?
Yeah, I've got my haste attack.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, actually, I've still got my normal attacks. So this is my second attack.
That was first attack on problem. Oh, crit comes in.
Psych, immune to slashing.
Don't. I'm just watching it go back up. Is that going back up? Slashing damage?
It is going up by that much.
Just watching that bar like that. Really? Come on. And then my haste attack.
Possibly still. No,
Oh.
just misses. Just misses.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
That's me.
Octopus begins to drown. Quint, you're up.
Quint, kind of from being lay down, trying to not be hidden, is going to kneel up slowly into a kind of, crouching, kneeling position. Chants briefly in Elvish, waves his hands, and is going to cast Magic Missile at the creature. Upcast to 3rd level.
Oof, right.
So standard is 3. That means there are
This
5 darts.
This is what's going to be the giveaway. Because if he does damage, I'm going to be like, that's not Vanessa! Vanessa never does damage with Magic Missile! No, it's Vanessa.
God.
It's definitely Vanessa.
So 2, so what? Another
4 more of those.
4 more of those.
That would have been so cool if it was a 4.
Oh, Vanessa.
Hate to tell you, mate. Any higher than that, I think you might have ended this. So yeah, a volley of darts, not looking how they normally do from Vanessa. Vanessa is normally dark, shadowy magic. Quint seems to be green.
I will use half my movement to stand up, and then I think I can only move like 1 space further away. I'm in a shelf. I suppose I'd have to be there. Yep. And that is it.
Hazim is still fast. Hazim is still up in its face, looking around. It is going to right next to this figure, and it is going to spell siphoning fist you. just reaches out for, this time in a panic. You see the scrolls that make up its composition are all frayed and burned. It just full on reaches a hand out and tries to just grab your face. Can you do anything but an 18?
Throw my hand up and a magical shield is protecting me.
Nice. What's your AC now? Because it comes in for one more.
22.
Ooh, right. Unlikely to, yeah, it's just panic and trying to just grab out at your face now. It can do nothing else. That's its bonus, and it's 2. Yep. Whisper, it's you. Azim, you're next. What are you doing, Whisper?
Muted, sorry. I am moving my thing up. I don't know how you want me to do this, but I want a spiritual weapon.
Shall I do it for you
yeah,
again?
if you want to do that. And then I am going to target Hazim.
Template has not been placed. Oh my good Christ. What is the... Let's have a look. That would have hit and it rolls 1d8 plus... What's your spell casting modifier?
16.
No, it's your spell save DC.
Oh, plus 8.
Your spell casting... No, your
My
your
attack
wisdom
mod-
plus 5. Oh, so it's a roll max damage. Tell me how Rabscuttle's Dirk kills this creature.
Oh,
That's a big damage roll. So
I think
the dagger's spinning over and
it's
does
just
what?
gonna come up and like poke into it and like kind of tear at the scroll work on this thing.
Yeah. And it twists and glows, and there's one more. You see all the books in the room start to rise up, and you all sort of like struggle with your footing as the creature looks like it goes to make a large attack, but then as it sort of leans backwards at the spell, it keeps leaning and falls backwards, and all the books just back down after going about half a foot, and the creature just unravels onto the floor. As combat comes to an end there and books begin to rain down, we will take a brief break. We'll be back in 10 and we will find out what happens afterwards. So let me see if the stream deck works. We will be right back. We are back. The screen should just be loading back in now. There we go. So yeah, the creature falls to the floor, unravels. You are left in the large room. What are you all up to?
Presuming everything is still spinning, so that creature not being here hasn't impacted everything else. I'm presuming the effects on us have now drifted off.
Except Whisper is still blue.
And Vanessa is still polymorphed.
And Vanessa still looks different.
20 seconds later, as I'm catching my breath, I'm no longer concentrating, and a wave of lethargy sweeps over my new friend.
Oh yeah. Who you now see is fox-like in appearance and very tall.
Would you like a description of Hazim Alif?
I would love a description of Hazim.
He's a fox.
He's a fox. He is most definitely a bipedal fox. He is very, very tall. He is standing at almost 7. I think he might be over 7 feet actually.
6'8", I thought he was.
Is that what he is? Very short then. So he's 6'8". Dressed in normal chainmail. He's got a leather hood, and carries a rather large, basic-looking glaive. You've probably not encountered his kind before. Well, I mean, I say that.
How presumptuous!
I say that. They're not like a common race to neither Faerun nor Karatur, but I suppose it depends how far you've travelled. If you spend any time in Karatur or closer to southern Faerun, particularly around Kalimshan, then perhaps you will have seen his race before. He has the gangliness of a youth. He has that kind of awkward look about him, but as you've seen with his combat, he seems to be quite agile and finessed. And he's currently quite bloodied and battered. So.
I would immediately look to Hazim and be like, Vanessa, she fell through one of the portals.
It's okay. Vanessa, and I kind of gesture over to Quint.
Quint takes a few shaky steps forwards. Hello, I don't believe we've met. You're a Quolai, yes? I've never met one face to face, but it's a pleasure. You're very, very, very tall.
You're not. Where is she? What a portal? I just turned my back on. This is interesting, but now I'm like.
She fell through a portal. It opened up underneath her, and she was gone.
Where did he come? Where did you come from?
From what it seems like, I also fell through a portal, except I fell through a portal from where I was, and now I'm here. I presume it was related to one of my master's experiments. He was into some rather experimental magics. There was a loud explosion, and then I was falling, and I was still falling, and eventually I fell on a pile of books, and here I am. Pleasure to meet you anyway. My name is Quintinius Volanix, and who might you be?
I am someone that has currently lost a member of their party, but I am Hazim, and I'm going to just start kind of like scrambling. I'm presuming you're still concentrated on the spell, like we're at the end of it almost, right? Or have you dropped it? Am I still like slightly hasted?
I mean, we only had 30 seconds of it, so maybe part of that conversation,
okay.
But it's probably about done.
So I suddenly, suddenly feel fatigued. Wow.
Sorry about that side effect of the spell ending, I'm afraid.
That was you. Okay.
Yes, I hope you found it useful. You seem to be in quite the spot.
Elsewhere, an octopus dies.
Oh God, I'm an animal lover.
No, I did. Thank you for your help. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude, but we were a party of 3. And I just looked to the brains, like, where did our friend go?
You all feel that sort of just stroke on your mind. You're sort of just probed out to for a second, and well, fell through. Might be back, might not. Depends how the portals work. It's always been like that here. All sorts of magic.
Is that thing talking to us telepathically? How fascinating.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Thespenar gladly serves the wise ones.
Hespenar, was that?
You take care of the library.
I did, and I still do.
You keep it for Azalin.
I keep it tidied and organized, as you can see, for all members of the Old Mist.
I'm sorry, of the what?
Of the Old Mist. You feel a bit of a probing on your mind for a second. Oh, well, that's very weird. Haven't been seen for a long time. Haven't come here. How long have I been? It's been writing a long time. You will remember things that hadn't. You remember things that I know nothing about. So I must have been in here with calculations, and just the telepathic push just becomes this low shunner, as it sort of talking to itself for a moment. Hundreds of years I've been here. It would seem. Hundreds of years.
How often do the portals appear?
Well, very, very, very rarely. Sometimes this many books being here together. What's your name? I know your name. I know your names, but it feels polite to ask your names and let you perhaps tell me your names. I am Thespenar. You are
Whisper.
Whisper. Yes, Whisper. And then we have
Hazim.
Yes, Hazim Alif. And then we have
Quintinius Volinix at your service.
Phoenix. Yes. Here, it would seem, as a result of your master's experimentation, you said. Yes, Thespenar remembers. Indeed.
Yes, he was experimenting with some chronergy magic. Not something I really know anything about, but yes, very experimental.
Very experimental, yes.
If I look at this creature brain, can I get any idea of what the fuck it is?
It's a brain in a jar. Not just it's a larger sort of, it has, when it says a top and a bottom, I mean it isn't just like a glass receptacle. There's some sort of lid and base that are bulky enough and have enough sort of, not dials, but enough fastenings. There's clearly some sort of instrumentation at work here. Let me just... Very much like that. Perhaps slightly more scientific looking than ornate.
Thespenar, have you always been a jar? Did you used
Thespenar.
to be
Thespenar. Thespenar.
Yes, Thespenar.
Thespenar. Yes. And the letters arrange themselves in your mind. Oh, I can't type.
Thespenar. That is very helpful. Whilst it does feel a little invasive, that is most useful. I was wondering, have you always been in this form? Did you used to be inside of something else?
It's a very polite way of putting it, even though your mind went straight to the obvious the point of your inquiry. No, I was a scribe for many, many years, and then I was a junior librarian, and then I was a librarian, and then after a few years of that I became a senior librarian, and after that I became a full scholar. Then I died, unfortunately. It was all very unfortunate, but such was my dedication to the Olmeth Inquisition that they opted to preserve my knowledge to safeguard and keep safe this resource as we continue on, the mission. Agents come and go, and you don't know anything about what I'm talking about at all. It's all very strange.
I'm afraid so. Yes.
It helps. Neither do we. And I'm gonna kind of like sit on the books and just kind of like lie in the pile, just feeling wrecked.
While they are talking, I'm going to sit down and begin kind of muttering to myself, and there's just going to be a slight glow just slowly rising.
She's casting a spell.
I'm going to open one eye. Should I not in here?
No, it's fine. Just, unless you're going to start reading books, there's just, I could tell you not to cast a spell. I would imagine you're going to recuperate yourself a little bit. Some of your, thrift. Not heard of thrift. Not heard of that one, but let's see.
And it's gonna take quite a few minutes. I'm casting prayer. of
Always
healing.
difficult when someone's watching you, isn't it?
I'll just kind of one eye open and then just go back to muttering, with kind of like a sideways glance up to Hazim really quick. And the glow will just like keep rising just a little bit as I'm going.
Is it making you feel uncomfortable? I'm sorry if so, but it's just, it's the only way I have to communicate these days.
Leave her
It's
alone.
fine.
For a moment. She needs to concentrate.
Oh, okay.
We are here. We'll talk to you. But it seems like you don't need to talk. You already know what we're going to say before we say it anyway, right?
Yes, but I'm never going to just. I'm not going to just not engage in conversation. That would be creepy and that would not be polite.
Fair.
Manners are important.
What or more where is our friend likely to return?
Oh, well, she could be in any one of the books. She could be popped out into somewhere else. She could, but best not to overthink it. I'm sure she'll come back when she's meant to.
And do I feel an absolute truth to that?
You feel a universal meta truth
I
watch
feel
over you.
I feel at ease with it. Okay. All these books, what are they? Other than books.
Well, some of them were spell books. Some of them are transcribings of. Oh, one second, sorry. Speaking of which, and the book has been scratching away. Just rises up, closes over, and just yeet off into the pile. Another blank
Does it
book
go
drifts
by
up
me
from the floor.
at all, or does it go in a different direction?
Sure.
I want to try and grab it.
Yeah. Whoosh, you manage to just snatch it out of
I'm
the
gonna
air.
go. I kind of like pause before I open it. What does it say on the front?
It is the saga of the time that Hazim, Whisper, Vanessa, and then later Quint were attacked in the library.
Oh, so is that out where it starts? Does it like
Yeah.
start with like when we came into the?
It seems like a short story of the time that this. You get the impression reading it that it's written from a perspective of this brain trying to write a bit of a short story.
Okay.
Just a little something I was dabbling in. It was very distracting, unusual entertainment.
Does it seem like they're a good author?
Varies. You get a sense that at some point it's very well and dramatically written, then it almost seems to devolve to like scribbles and repeat itself a couple of times. It does not seem to have been written very stably.
Okay. Can I?
14 HP.
If you're allowing me to get that off now, I wasn't sure if we're real timing this.
That's fine. You can get that off.
Okay.
We're all adding that, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the glow will eventually like rise and then just kind of expand out and settle onto all of us.
Never mind, dear. It doesn't always work as potently as you were expecting, was it? I'm sure next time will be better.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's much appreciated. It's nice to meet a healer, someone of religion, I presume.
So you're not from these parts then? Where do you hail?
Me? No. I'm from a small town called Dunfell. The Sword Coast, if you know it.
I do, yes. As I said. Oh no, I didn't actually say out loud about Kalamshire. You knew I was police, so I presumed you were from Faerun.
A really
Yes.
small disconcerting fact. Whenever all of you are talking, you basically keep hearing the psychic equivalent of Like he knows everything you're gonna be. He keeps resisting the urge to chip in and finish things. But you just keep hearing this little, yep, this little tiny awkward. It's just for all of you, constant.
Can I go sit in this chair? Like pull it out and sit in it?
Show off.
Are we the first non-agents to be here?
I mean, I remember someone brought their son in once, when they were passing through, but that must have been 600-700 years ago now. So that was a 5-year-old, and he was in here for about 10 minutes. So yeah, of significance, yes.
Who was
Who
the child?
Who let you in?
You know who let us in.
Again, I'm trying to be, trying to be polite about it.
Aslan let us in.
Technically.
Azalin.
Who is that? Sorry, do they run the library?
We are still piecing things together. We found a book that led us to a portal, teleporter. I'm not particularly au fait with it. Magic.
No, it's not.
I'm not.
We also were pulled into somewhere from Faerun. A land infected with disease.
Do you mean to say that we're no longer in Faerun?
No. Though
I don't know where we are.
I don't know where this library is, but we came here from another land.
Falkovnia.
Falkovnia.
And I'm just gonna eye the brain like, where is this library? Sesvinar.
This library is nowhere. It is a safe space that exists between spaces for the purposes of the Old Mist.
Like a pocket plane?
I could have said it, but I knew you were going to get there with it, and I thought, yes, a pocket plane, precisely what it is.
How curious.
Is that the same as Falkovnia? Vanessa spoke of it, of different planes and things. Is that what Falkovnia is? It is his own
Pocket plane?
It is a pocket plane. This place is, yes. Falkovnia? No. That's obviously different.
Obviously.
If
Well,
he-
that's one of the you've seen Liz. That's one of the domains of dread.
one of the
Of
domains of
dread.
dread.
Can't say much like the sound of domains of dread. That's not something I would have heard of before, is it?
I do not believe so.
Sesvinar, what is the goal of the All Mist?
I don't really know if I should be telling you. And it may have changed since I started working in here. It's been a long time since anyone came and visited me, because none of my clerks have tied it. Yes. Oh, I can already tell what you're going to try and do. You're trying to sweeten me up.
You're the one in our minds. Do you think we would use this information for harm?
Not the three of you who are here now, no.
You think Vanessa would?
I didn't say anything of the sort. You do, though.
I do not know enough of her to say one way or the other.
You all feel a psychic
Since all three of us here wouldn't, could you trust us with telling us?
Or at least what it used to be. Its
I
original
feel like
purpose.
it's more important we find out what it is now.
Sespinar might not know what it is now, as they just said.
Thefbenar is far too old and far too wise to be fallen to reverse divination or things like that. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about it. You'll have to get the rest from someone else though. There are lots of demiplanes of dread. Have you ever heard of Barovia?
No.
Was it written in any of the books?
It was
Yeah.
listed.
Oh, was it?
somewhere,
Okay.
well, just the word.
I believe we've found a book written.
That was the first demiplane of dread. Nested in the very, very centre of the demiplanes of dread. The All-Mist Inquisition are trying to get there first, before our enemies, because they seek to resurrect Strahd von Zarovitz, who was the
Strahd.
first Dreadlord. There's all sorts of reasons they want to do that.
So Strahd von Zarovich, the first Red Lord of Barovia.
Barovia.
Can't say I much like the sound of a dreadlord either.
We have heard this name, or at least seen it written, Strahd, a friend of...
Yes.
It seems like they were in Falkovnia for some time.
Yes.
They were
That's
trying...
not Strahd van Zarovich.
But they are Strahd.
Work
A different
names.
Strahd.
Work names. Then they use their real names.
So it is somebody else posing themselves using a familiar name, a code name.
Code names is an excellent way of putting it.
And they are trying to find their way to the outer or inner ring.
It's a very complex web of rings, with Barovia
Barovia,
at the
yeah.
center. We're trying to use the correct talismans to get to Barovia before Ludmilla.
We have not heard this name, I do not believe.
She is in charge of the priests of Asibius. This is about as much as really I know.
So, talismans. And you already know that I know that you know that I believe we have a talisman.
Yes, but it won't do you any good.
Why not?
Well, that's the talisman for Falkovnia, and you're already there.
So, you use them to travel to different places.
Each talisman can let you pass through to a specific plane. You came across one for Falkovnia. If you want to leave Falkovnia and go into somewhere else, you have to find its talisman. Yes, it is.
And once we have the talisman, how do we use them?
Well, that's what Strahd was trying to find out. Every demiplane's different.
So it's not simply holding it, saying a word, and you end up in the other place.
If only. Different places, different things. Sometimes it's a place of power. Sometimes you carry a talisman off into the mists. Other times you have to perform a ritual. It's different everywhere.
And every pocket plane or every plane has these kinds, so we can find one to get us back to Faerun. And there might be one in Falkovnia?
Possibly, but normally talismans only go from one demiplane to another. The only way to be released normally, but not always. That's right, by the consent of the Dreadlord.
the Dreadlord, so we would need to get Strahd's consent to leave Falkovnia.
No, if you're in Barovia, here will be Drakov. But my understanding is Drakov isn't able to do that.
Why not?
Because Drakov... This place is Drakov's punishment. Well, that place, this place, you know what I mean. Falkovnia. She's not a very mature Dreadlord. Hasn't learnt much from her time in charge. Keeps repeating the same mistakes.
We're repeating them. We read the book that said they didn't know where in time they had arrived before the plague or after it. And people in Falkovnia can't seem to remember anything about Drakov or who ruled before her.
What year is it now in Faerun?
Crap, I know
think we
this,
said,
GM. And Whisper knows it because of Keen
Yeah.
Mind. So I would say the year.
Yeah.
It is this year.
Then she's been in charge of Falkovnia now for about 3,000 years.
Does she remember all 3,000?
I
of these
dare say
years?
that she does.
But no one else. No one else from Falkovnia.
I'd imagine not. They'll all be dead. But the Dreadlord can't die. At least not of old age.
Do you know of anyone else currently in Falkovnia that would remember?
No.
So if we wanted to leave Falkovnia, the only ways to do it is to find a talisman, but we don't know where that talisman would lead us to or how to use it, or through Drakov, who also doesn't know how to help us leave.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the mists. It was the mists that...
The mists separate
Dragged us.
each and every demiplane.
And they connected us from Faerun. We found
Mm-hmm.
an arrow, the talisman in the swamp.
Did, yes.
So we came here purely by chance.
You were travelling with the talisman. Someone kept it close. You were drawn in here.
Was there somebody from the original caravan that was part of the Ulmist? Or did they stumble upon it?
On what?
You said they were
The
transporting
talisman.
the talisman in the caravan.
No, you recovered the talisman. The arrowhead. It was in the chest underneath
Church.
the altar in the Swamp Temple.
Yeah, so that wasn't one of the things that had been stolen.
No.
That wasn't. Okay, okay. Okay.
Who's taking...
Sespenar,
Yes, Whisper?
who's in charge of the Dreadlords? You said Drakov maybe couldn't allow us to leave.
Well,
but
it's just that she hadn't.
learned.
Yeah,
Who
she hadn't
judges that?
settled. Well, each Dreadlord for themselves comes into power and matures in their powers and adapts to the nature of the demiplanes.
But you said that she was here as... This was a punishment, so who's punishing her?
Aren't we all punishing ourselves in some way? For the deeds we've done, the misdeeds rather we've done in life? We've all made mistakes, haven't we, Hazima Leaf?
And she is refusing to learn from them.
She is absolutely refusing to learn from them, or maybe paying a penance for the things that she has done.
And therefore cannot grow in her power enough to let us leave.
Exactly.
Is she weak enough? What happens if she dies? You said they can be killed, right?
They can, but she's a very good tactical mind. If she's killed, I don't know. Sometimes a plane will collapse in on itself, crushing and annihilating everybody who's in there. Sometimes, when a plane weakens enough, a nearby demiplane will simply absorb it.
We're no longer in the Demiplanes now. Where we
When
are
you
now.
when you leave here, you will be, fortunately.
We have to go back the way we came.
Mm-hmm.
What
That's the
about
way
him?
it works.
Tespinar, are the undead sentient in Falkovnia?
I don't know. I've never been there.
You don't have books on it?
Well, I can only write books about things I know.
Is every book in
I'll
the
be writing a
library
book on
written by
stupid
you?
questions after it. Most of them are, yeah. All the ones on the floor are, because no one's been here to bloody tidy and file them away.
What about out there on the shelves?
They're probably older instructional tombs. There's a lot of basic magic stuff here, a lot of Farunian history, a lot of history of various demiplanes. People arrive in different demiplanes in different times. There's some stuff about the Nexus out there, but not a huge amount. All manner of different things and places, really.
The Nexus we've heard, right?
Is there anyone to help us
you have-
navigate the library to find the book we need, or would we have to look through all of them?
Well, what book do you need? Tell me, and I'll tell you if I wrote it. Or if I filed it away before that.
I suppose any information on how to find talismans would be a good start.
Or
But
the histories of all the demiplanes?
If it was so easy to find a talisman that way, we'd have succeeded in our mission very quickly. Normally, the nature of a demiplane draws to the power of 3. So, the way in or out will involve 3 of something, almost always.
I look at Whisper. I think we know where our next visit might be then. You said places of power. There's one in Falkovnia. That sounds like it could be the 3 traitors.
Oh, sounds like a start. Do you have a talisman though?
No.
Don't.
And we don't know what they look like. We don't know how they'll be found.
Strahd may have found out. He may know where it is, but be unable to get it. If he's not dead.
What's
Judging-
Strahd's real name?
I refuse to divulge that information because I have given you plenty of information. You tell me why I should.
Well, because it's very confusing. The whole point of your organization is to prevent the resurrection of some dreadlord named Strahd in the first domain of dread. And yet our main information source has been communications between someone calling themselves Strahd and another Azalin. I feel like it's incredibly confusing.
Is it? Are you easily confused? I feel like the concept of code names is a fairly straightforward one. Azim isn't confused, neither's Quint.
It would be less confusing if I had a different name to call them.
But you would not be able to go around saying that name.
Why not? They're not here.
Because if it's when you're back in Falkoznia.
No one there remembers except...
Yes, but if they know someone by one name, then you turn up calling them another name, you may compromise them.
Or they would know that I'm a member of their organization.
Yes, so what I'm saying is say it discreetly to them. Don't go into some bloody great big hall shouting it and outing him.
Okay, so what's the name I can discreetly...
Strahd's name, discreetly name is Feldorn Silverthread.
Does it feel like a lie? As they say it in our head, does it sound like
Make insight checks with disadvantage.
Sounds perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, there's nothing about the... There's
Silver
nothing
thread.
about the...
In case I don't come across them, Is there a passphrase for the All Mist that I could say to let know that I'm a friend?
I'm a friend of Thefbenar. I've been to the library. He's very annoyed, but no one's been by to tidy his books. And yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
Tell them I'm a brain in a jar now.
Would you like us to see if they will send help to tidy up this place?
Yes, absolutely.
I would offer to help myself, but I feel like it could take some time.
No, they'll send one of the interns through. Probably Huey.
What about the scroll thing? Would that not help?
Oh, a few centuries ago. It absorbed too much magical knowledge. I stopped writing spell scrolls that very day.
There are still spell scrolls around here though?
I think it absorbed the vast majority of them, but if I ever need to, I can always write one out again.
Perhaps you could do that
Nice
whilst we're
try.
here.
Why? What were you looking for? What sort of spell? There's not much vim in you. You're not going to be able to do most of what I'm capable of transcribing.
Are you capable of transcribing very advanced spells?
So what are your next steps, everyone?
Well, I suppose looking through the library a bit more and then trying to get back out of the library.
Oh, we can get out of the library, no problem.
Will it take us straight back to the mansion?
I don't know about any mansion, but the other side of where the room was put down, it'll take you straight back there.
We'll be able to come back here if we need to.
Yes.
What was the mansion's name again? Will you remind me?
You would remember it as Decovan Manor.
We arrived here from Decovan Manor.
Yeah.
Within Valkovnia.
That is where something happened to Drakov's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Were her parents killed there?
I don't know. I'm just verifying what you're saying. I remember what you've seen, but I don't have... I'm sorry, Homer. I'm just your memory speaking. I can't offer you any new information.
Sure. Very well.
Do you need anything from us before we leave?
No. I think I'm alright for now. You've all given me plenty of memories to write some exciting new books about. I've written books about how many books are in this room, so having some, family scandals, or my people all being killed off, or experimentational magic gone wrong, or strange body horror, it's all fantastic stuff to be reading. Be writing,
No.
be writing.
I would
know
love-
that
One at a time. I can read thoughts, but you both can't.
you say it is rude to not introduce yourself and to speak aloud instead of us presuming you know what we're going to say. It's also quite rude.
I know.
Yeah.
It's a compulsion.
Maybe when next we meet.
Yes, maybe, yeah.
I would love to see the histories and legends of my people written.
A bit of an unreliable narrator, but I'll try my best. I'll try and have that ready for you if you ever swing by again.
There is no way for Quint to get back to Faerun. He did not come through the portal.
Too many exact factors that would need to be replicated in the nature of the magic. We don't know what was being done on the other side. I think he's best going with you for now. Trust me on this. And again, sense of security. What? Yes, this is a universal truth.
I look to Quint. Say, we are trying to work our way through this. As you can tell, we have more questions than answers. But if you wish to join us, then you're more than welcome.
Well, it certainly sounds better than being alone, especially in somewhere called Demiplane of Dread.
It gets worse. They don't know anything about magic, so you kind of have to keep it hidden.
His face falls a bit. Oh, that's fine.
Also,
I can
There
be
is a
subtle.
plague of the undead.
Undead. My master did do some experiments on undead. It was most unsettling.
Well, they're generally not too harmless, but we're basically on a countdown until a new moon where the entire land gets overrun with them. So we're kind of on the clock a little bit and trying to find a way out and don't know how to do it.
Yes. Probably also worth letting you know that time's a little bit different when you're inside the library.
Different
Possibly should have mentioned that.
What kind of metrics might we be talking here? in
I
terms of
don't
difference?
have an exact, there's not an exact mathematical thing given the nature of magic, but yeah, a bit of time in here is normally at least a couple of days.
So we have less time.
Less time, yes.
And the people that are waiting for us to clear up this manor have been waiting for a couple of weeks, perhaps.
I couldn't possibly speculate on the exact nature of it, but longer than you expect that you've been gone, yes.
Okay. Okay.
We should check for any books we think will be helpful and then go. How do we leave here?
Go to the room, which I imagine you entered on when you arrived, and stand on the rune and just say, Ulmist.
Okay.
Missed.
When we got here, could you read our thoughts the moment we arrived?
Once you got into this room,
Then you might know better than I. I know that Vanessa may have had in her mind particular books that she would have liked to look for. I'm presuming you might know what those books are. If you could find them for us.
she kind
the
of
future.
wanted to read everything.
I know the feeling.
She's very, very hungry, that one. Yes, she wanted to read lots of books. She was looking for mainly spell books to empower herself.
Are there any that we could take?
I mean, most of them are gone. I can dig one out for you before you go.
Well, we would be grateful.
Yes. Takes time and study and gold and ink to learn. But yeah, you know, Quint, you know, to learn these spells. But
Indeed.
remember, the more you feed something, the bigger it gets. Like a fire or a dog.
Okay. Well, then I presume perhaps a spell book that both Quint and Vanessa might find useful would be two birds with one stone.
I'm sure I can dig something out. Come on, Whisper. Put voice to thought. Let's all hear it.
A lot of that was it player thought, just thinking about Vanessa and her hunger. No, I am just thinking more about Falkovnia and Drakov's repeated mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, terrible, isn't it? So I can dig a book out for you. You can say Ulmist or Maroon, go back to the other side, and then I guess try and find Strahd, or go to your place, or get your talisman, check out your place of power, and hopefully get a shufty on, as they say in Icewind Dale. At least they did. I don't know if they still do.
Before we go, Cespenar,
Yeah.
what happens if the real Strahd is resurrected?
We don't really know. But it can't be good. He was a vessel for a huge amount of power. The priests of Amphibious want to use that power for something. Whatever it is, he has someone who was formerly Strahd's devoted consort, now desperately seeking to use him as a mere weapon.
Okay. Well, it was lovely talking with you, Cespenar.
You're not sure if you believe that, even if you say it. But, of course, it was lovely speaking to you two. All of you, such honest, forward-thinking people.
And Whisper's gonna turn and start walking out of here.
I am also gonna start.
A book will float out of a pile. There you go, and I'll give you a spell book for next week.
I will also start walking. I kind of pause and say, Dreadlords are powerful, yes?
Very powerful.
This Strahd von whoever was the most powerful of them?
Yes.
Who managed to kill him then?
You know, I don't know. It was a very long time ago.
Someone more powerful. Are these drift globe? These are drift globes, aren't they? Right?
Yeah.
These lights.
Dozens of feet up, yeah.
Yeah. So, any chance we could take one of these?
No.
Okay. What about this one?
No.
And I'm saying it like with a smile on my face. This one? I shout it out as I'm walking past the third one. Okay.
Almost.
Who said it? We shouldn't hang around too long. As much as we want to look for books. Now we know that the more time we spend here, the less time we have to prepare.
If we wait long enough, maybe we'll miss the new moon entirely.
It is a thought.
Are we allowed to borrow books from the library?
Isn't that what a library is for?
I'm kind of just walking, finger along them. Nothing immediately that I'm thinking I want to read.
Yeah, I am looking for anything that could be related to undead diseases.
Let me turn it back. I'll put it back on you. How long are you all wanting to dedicate to searching this enormous magical library for these books of you're looking for?
Does it have a Dewey Decimal System?
Not.
Is it just all basically random
Yeah.
books everywhere? So you are lucky to find it. We're talking like millions of books in here, right?
Yeah.
To find anything that you want is absolute luck.
Time.
And time. I
So
don't
how
think
much
we'll.
time, if any, do you want to dedicate to this?
I would turn to Hazim and Quint. I know that I was able to heal you a small amount. However, I am very tired from that fight. I would love if before we went back to this dread domain, we take a rest, and whatever else we do, we look for what we can find of use here. And I am going to suggest that we take no more than 24 hours total.
My personal concern, and perhaps it is something that we should check with Cespina, is whether time will catch up on us when we head back through the portal. We have been here for a matter of 30 minutes at the best. And we're already told that maybe a week has passed. We're talking years if we stay here overnight. Any leads that we might currently have may be gone. It will certainly raise questions of any and all in Falkovna where we disappeared to for so long. I feel like we cleared enough of the mansion out that we took a rest there once. Providing everything hasn't come back in the time that we've been here, I like to think that we would have made it safe enough for the people of Silverbass, got it in the end, that
Close.
they would have come looking for us. And even if they could not find us, we had cleared it out enough that they will hopefully be there now.
I would assume, or it is probably best to assume, that the people of Silverbass are gone, either having moved on themselves or cleared out.
They were
I
looking for somewhere to stay. They did not have town anymore. That was the whole.
assume they would have struck out on their own or been cleared out.
I do
Had
not
we not
think.
come back.
I do not think that they would have left us. I think they would have come looking. They would have sent a search party. And I think they would have found nothing and found that the mansion was safe enough for them and the children. There was nowhere else for them to be. What are they going to roam Falkovnia?
Quint, what are you up to while this is going on?
Quint is paying attention and trying to piece together anything he can about Falkovnia, since a lot of these names are unfamiliar, and is just keeping mental notes.
Mm-hmm.
We should not linger here. What if Vanessa was sent back to Falkovnia and she is there on her own for years?
Then perhaps we will go back to a new Dreadlord.
She's strong, but not that strong. She could not take Irina on her own.
She is resourceful.
Hmm.
I think the primroses have bloomed and we need to just move on and not have the people of Silverboss dictate what we are doing. There are larger things at play here.
I look around. If we were 24 hours here, and it was years that had passed, I think even if you were spending those actual years looking for books in here, you would not find what you were looking for. This was not a library meant to be searched. There is nobody to help us. You would have to go through every book and might still not find what you are looking for. That is a lot to trade.
So you are suggesting we instead go back to the manor with no resource and no books.
What book are you looking for, Whisper?
Histories.
Of what?
Something that will help us. These demiplanes, as he
Yeah.
called them.
They're only going to be those that Sespinar knows of, and they know little of Falkovnia. Hopefully we will not have to visit these other ones. Hopefully we can find a way home. I do not want to spend my life here. I do not want to finally go home and everybody I've known has died. We are on a pocket plane that time passes differently. Who knows if it does that in every domain of dread that you are in? Do we want to go back to Faerun and it not be the same place that we knew when we left?
Does seem to me that this Strahd fellow that you've met sounds like a potential lead, and staying here.
We have not met him.
We have heard of him. We've read his name. We know that he is
Ah,
in a town back in Falkovnia. At least now.
well, it sounds like he may well be a lead, and I'm just thinking, with the time discrepancies, the longer that we linger here, the colder that lead may grow.
I agree.
All right. I will turn around and just gesture.
Perhaps we can come back some other time.
It is an awful shame to leave behind so many books. And I grab a random book from the shelf.
I will kind of like slide past Quint and lead the way.
You look up the volume in your hands. It's called The Compulsive Book Thievery of Quintinius Verlinix.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Got your number.
I take it.
And I look up at the drift globe as I pass. What about this one?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This is quite the ruin.
We all held hands last time. Whether we need to, I don't know, but better than us even a few seconds going apart. We might arrive in the other place a day away from each other. So I hold Whisper's hand and hold my hand out to Quint.
He somewhat sheepishly takes his hand and reaches out to Whisper as well.
We say it on 3.
Oh, the word.
The word.
Yes.
Is it on 3 or after 3?
We will go
You say 1, 2,
1, 2,
3.
3, and then the word.
Then the word. Okay, I've got it.
Okay. You ready? You remember what the word is?
I do.
Okay, we all know. The lulz in me wants to say the wrong word, but the DM will be like,
Goodbye.
okay. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Olmist.
Almost.
The rune glows, and you all feel that pulling sensation again as you fall into you're dragged into a void, an endless tunnel of light and dark that seems to last for the longest time until you emerge. And you all feel the hard floor, the wooden panels of the bedroom in Decavan Manor underneath. Quint, you finding yourself in you're still with your new companions, but having not seen it before, a very ramshackle, decrepit, wooden, floor-panelled, like a stately home in decay. A moth-eaten children's bedroom, a couple of sagging beds, rocking chairs with creepy dolls in, and on the floor, a large carpet of the night sky. Very, very simplistically done, like big typical crescent moon, a couple of stars, terrible ink work, and a large glowing rune like imposed over it, gently pulsing. As you find yourselves there, that's where we're gonna leave it. And we'll pick up next week with you back in Decavan Manor, empowered by the knowledge of a lore dump episode. And yeah,
Empowered
by a level
by
up.
level up.
that's where bless no. That's where we're going to leave it this week.
Sweet.
Nice.
Thank you very much, everybody. How do we find that?
Good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's always so hard, isn't it, when you come to the hey, what are all the things you want to know? It's like I can't remember. I need to know all the things.
We don't have the person here with us that knows all the things we should be asking.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing such a meta and annoyingly invasive NPC.
Yeah, it's good. You sounded like. Did you ever used to watch Phone Jacker?
Oh God, I only saw a couple of times.
So then he started doing one where he was playing the characters, and you sounded like Dufresne. He always used to talk like this. Thank you, no.
So I didn't watch it, but I did have a proper prank phone call soundboard app on the PC that I used to get my dad with all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. Well, we will. So there's no point in us signing off of what we're doing because we're not live yet. That'll be coming up probably in the next week or two. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody. We will be here next week, or when you click next for you. And yeah, we will see you all next time. Until then, Quippy signing offline.